All right, so we're here with Melissa and Clyde Dargan. They're actually the parents of KJ, Kwanaza. Well, KJ, he goes by KJ, but his name is Kwanaza Beaty. Correct. And I actually just wanted to take this opportunity to just allow them to share their story, so you can hear their story. We also have some of KJ's siblings here too, so you can hear how it is for them. And for me, the main takeaway is, especially for us here in Williamsburg, we've seen the Fergusons and the Baltimores and the Californias and all that way across the country. But this is right here where we live. And actually, I know some of us actually live in Newport News. And I should say that KJ was killed by the police. You hear the story. He was killed by the police in Newport News. So this is right here where we live. Some of us actually live in Newport News and commute over. So I just want to give this opportunity for you all to share your stories. So what happened, and like, I'm sure y'all said this before, so go ahead.
Well, we was at home in the bed. It was like July 3rd, going into July 4th. We get a call at 1 o'clock, the call started at 1 o'clock, 1:30 going on. So, we thinking it's just somebody calling, being funny. But the calls kept coming in, so my wife answered the phone. And on the other end, it's, come quick, we think your son been shot by the police. So when my wife jumping up, we rushing to get out the house. We get to the scene, like 6-7 minutes. We on the scene. We talking to the police. They're giving us no information, but yet and still they're investigating without CSI even being on the scene. The chief of police quick to say that he was on scene, but he wasn't on scene. I saw him when he arrived on scene. So we out there trying to get information. My son's laying on the ground 6-7 hours. We get no information 6-7 hours. Then they come show us a picture of my son, and me and my wife is looking at the picture, and I look at the officer and I say, "What, y'all shot my son in the head?" And the officer just give me this look, nonchalant look. And I'm like, okay, we want answers. So this is steady going on, 8 o'clock in the morning now. The Commonwealth attorney shows up on scene for the City of Newport. Her name is Howard Gwen. So Chief Richard Myers pointed to me and my wife. So Howard Gwen was, "Where's the family?" He said, "That's the mother, that's the father." The first words out of the Commonwealth attorney's mouth is, "Y'all killed the wrong nigga's son." And he said it loud enough for me and my wife heard him, so we walked across the street. Now the chief and the Commonwealth attorney trying to talk to me and my wife. We're not trying to hear anything you're saying because you're not telling us anything. You tell us my son had the gun in his hand. He was running down the street, the gun fell out of his sleeve. Then he turned it and pointed the gun on the police. Then if that's the case, it's a conflict of interest right there because there's no DNA on the gun except for the police officers. But then they said it rained, that's why my son's fingerprints and DNA is not on the gun. So if that's the case, then where's the fingerprints of the police officers on the gun? And how is this police officer still on the job after shooting another black individual 13 to 14 times? Now this man is paralyzed for the rest of his life. And y'all still allow this officer to be on the streets. Then you shot my son in the back of the head. The description they put in the paper, the 3 officers facing my son. So who shot my son in the back of the head? Is there a 4th officer? Is there something you hiding from us? You're not being transparent with the investigation, number 1. Number 2, the Commonwealth attorney cannot find himself to even vote on this decision where it's a justifiable homicide or not, because at the end of the day, it's a conflict of interest because you know me and my wife over 20 years. That's a conflict of interest right there. Me and my wife been having run-ins with the Newport News Police Department for years. Conflict of interest right there. With that being said, that's why we're still pushing for a federal investigation, an outside investigation, because we don't even want the state police. Because at the end of the day, everybody watched on the news what happened to that young man up there at UVA, and the state police sided with their own and filed no charges after they bloodied the man on TV, slamming his face into the concrete. What? You can't beat us no more. You can't put us in chains. So it's okay for y'all to shoot us and call it justified? No. What do y'all want from us? Me and my wife asking for peace. We on everything asking for peace. But now at the end of the day, we to the point where peace is not an option no more. Because we're trying to come to y'all with peace and y'all laughing in our face like we nonchalant. So with that being said, no justice, no peace.
So how's it been for you? Just, I guess, whatever you feel comfortable sharing.
I mean, it is what it is because this is actually the truth.
it's hard. I mean,
You know, it's been hard on.
with fighting, and you're still trying to grieve from the death of your son, and you don't have answers. So it's kind of hard to focus and to still go through everyday life. Some days I don't want to be here. I really honestly don't, because it's hard. And I still haven't had time to really breathe because I still have to fight for my son. And it seems like they're not listening. They do not understanding how hard it is. He has brothers, he has sisters that they took him away from. He's never gonna see his sister get married. They never see his brothers get married. He won't even see his child grow up. He won't even see his child born. He has a child that's on the way that will never even know his father at all. I mean, it's hard. It's real hard.
And on that, these cowards don't even know how you would really affect this family. You left two of my grandsons. They would never see their father again. And at the end of the day, we gotta explain this to them. Now, I gotta step up and be father. She gotta be on my side to make sure these two kids grow up and don't end up like their father. You don't know how much you took away from this family. Not only do we have to fight for justice for our son, we have to fight to make sure our mortgage is paid. We have to fight to make sure to keep the things that we work hard for, that we still have at the end of the day, plus fight for justice. You know, and that's the point that they don't understand. And then they being cowards about the whole ordeal. You're gonna say, me and my wife, that you can't speak to us because we have an attorney. But the City of Newport News has an attorney. No, you want us to come in like we're ignorant and dumb and sit there and talk to y'all without somebody backing us up. You know, explain how there's no DNA and this cop is not charged with murder. On the same foot, if I shot that cop in the back of the head, I'll be fighting for my freedom from jail. Not sitting at home getting paid. Not sitting there with my kids. This man is on a paid vacation after executing somebody. This is not the first time this man shot and killed. So when you got a problem with an officer, well, an Anglo-Saxon officer, you put him in the community, in the black community. So that man's already pissed off because he got to work in the black community. And twice on that, he got to patrol the black community, and you don't like black people. You know, we need to get, a partner of his, which worked vice and narcotics with this same officer, Randy Gibson, said he was a renegade cowboy, don't like black people. But yet and still, you're married to a white woman, but have a baby out of wedlock with a black woman in the same projects my son lived in. And then you profile my son 2 weeks before you killed him. Or 2 days before you killed him. My son was about to get married on Monday. Y'all killed him on Friday. Then you say, the whole thing, the issue is the shotgun. But you say, he spun the shotgun on you, that's when you shot him. But then the chief of police, later that day in the news conference, say they shot him when he failed to obey their orders to drop the shotgun. But his DNA is not on the shotgun, so how is there any question about a shotgun? Your officer fingerprints is on that shotgun because they planted that shotgun. This is not the first time Newport News Police Department is being investigated behind fabricating evidence, planting evidence. You don't put officers on desk duty because they was fabricating evidence, falsifying evidence. That same prosecutor, Howard Gwynn, told the chief of police that he would never prosecute another case behind these 2 officers because they fabricated evidence and lied on the stand. You know, and with that being said, come here, son. I want the people to know how did it affect it. This is an impact statement. This is his brother, how it affected him. Come on, son, stand up. Oh yeah, I'll tell you your name and speak the story.
I'm Lamont, KJ brother. And when it first hit me, it really didn't well, when it first hit me, I really didn't think it was true. So I turned my phone on and then I checked Facebook and it was showing that posters about RIP KJ, and then it really hit me. And then I was just sitting there thinking, like, it happened to me. So
they get emotional.
Yeah,
they get emotional really, really quick. Especially my daughter. I don't know if I heard her talk about it, she might start wilding out. So
yeah, it's okay.
She gets real emotional.
But that's their story. I just wanted y'all to hear the story. Of course, Black Lives Matter Williamsburg is going to fight and do all that we can to figure out something But like he said, no justice, no peace.
And with that being said, you know, we're all about peace. We're trying to keep the community safe. But at the end of the day, me and my wife do not know how longer we're going to be able to keep the young youth from doing what the police want us to do. You want us to act ignorant. You want us to burn. You want us to riot. But at the end of the day, I'm here to let you know firsthand. If it takes whatever to get justice, it's going to be that way. If we got to ride, if we got to do to y'all what y'all doing to us, quote me what I'm saying. No justice, no peace.